tickets are one of the annoyances that can ruin your day, but there's a new way you can fight back.
The I-Team discovered Milwaukee parking checkers use a ticket writing technique that could be violating your rights. A court ruling now opens the door for people to start suing the city over a certain type of parking ticket. If you're not paying for your parking spot in the city of Milwaukee, chances are you are still on the clock.
I think they mark your tires.
Miles of parking in the city are marked with signs like these.
Sign says 2-hour parking.
Limiting the time you can stay in one place, or else...
Then I get a parking ticket.
Does that happen?
It does.
Day after day, the I-Team watched the city's fleet of parking checkers enforce these time limits with a very old-fashioned technique. They scratch a chalk mark on your tire. If that mark is still in the same place, say 2 hours later, you are a target for a ticket.
I always knew that eventually this was going to come down.
Michael Mastelman is an attorney who knows his way around Milwaukee's municipal court. He says those parking checkers and the city are taking a big risk with their little pieces of chalk. So if somebody gets one of these tickets, what should they do?
Fight it.
Here's why. A federal appeals court just across Lake Michigan, the 6th Circuit, ruled chalking is a search under the 4th Amendment. In Taylor versus the city of Saginaw, the court ruled the city had no good justification for chalking tires. That makes chalking an illegal, warrantless search. By continuing to issue tickets based off those chalk marks, Mastelman sees the city headed for a lawsuit.
I wouldn't be surprised after your story airs that somebody's going to say we've had enough of the city of Milwaukee parking checkers doing this.
Because this ruling came from the 6th Circuit, it does not automatically apply here in Milwaukee, which is in the 7th Circuit. But legal experts tell the I-Team it set a precedent and opens the door for a lawsuit. Department of Public Works would not go on camera to talk about this, but in an email, a spokesperson said, "We continue to examine our parking enforcement techniques in light of this decision." Those techniques include technology Public Works has had for years. Parking checker vehicles are tricked out with multiple cameras, which can record the position of a tire, keeping track of your parking without violating your rights. If you were advising the city of Milwaukee on this, what would you tell the city?
I would say continue to use the cameras that you have and stop chalking.
The first step, though, is finding someone willing to sue.
It's not worth the time, unfortunately, for me.
Because when it comes to a ticket, it's a lot easier to pay up than fight back.
Just because that's going to take up too much of my time. I'll just pay it and be on with my life.
And we wanted to know what the city attorney has suggested parking checkers do to reduce the risk of the city facing a lawsuit. We tried repeatedly. The city attorney's office never responded.
Well, another